So question for you. Out of all of the movies, not that we've watched very many, but out of all of the movies that you've watched so far, which one for you is the scariest? We started talking about this earlier today, and then I was like, wait, this is a better question for the podcast. Stop.
Yes.
Shut up and go away.
So far out of all the movies that we have watched, I would say the scariest one for me would be The Nun. One, because she's creepy as shit. The hallway is creepy as hell. And I think I had a few more jump scares in The Nun than I did with the other movies.
Yeah, there was a lot of jump scares with The Nun. I do recall.
So yeah, I'd probably pick The Nun, and then if I had to pick like down the list of like the ones we have seen, it would probably then be Annabelle's Creation, then The Conjuring, and then Amityville. Yeah. Which we were also talking about Amityville. The original wasn't like scary. I think they could have done a little bit better with like
I don't know if they could have though, because again it was the 70s.
The pig face in the window.
But it was the 70s.
But I think that's also why it doesn't seem like too scary. But we did talk about doing the
new one.
The remake of Amity at some point. What?
Is it with Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah. So at some point, we're gonna end up watching the remake. So it goes The Nun, Annabelle's Creation, The Conjuring, and then Amityville. So same question for you, I guess. So
which one was the scary one? Like it would be Annabelle's Creation
because of the dolls.
Because like The Nun was creepy, yes, and there were jump scares, yes, but for me, the doll aspect of it was like way above any jump scares. And then the fact that like the jump scares that it did have, or I don't even know if I call them jump scares, but like the scares that it did have for me were things that are legitimate like fears of mine, like being chased, a doll freaking moving and like coming after me, like that was like I was like, oh hell no, I'm out, like, and stuff. But yeah, so I feel like that would probably be Annabelle Creation, The Nun, The Conjuring, and then Amityville. Amityville, I was nervous to watch, but it was like
not as bad as that you thought it was going to be.
No, it wasn't even scary. It was like creepy and eerie, but it wasn't really scary. But like The Conjuring was like a little bit more scary, and then The Nun was scary. Like there was definitely scary parts, and then Annabelle Creation was like,
I think for the Nun, I think it's just because she is a nun, which is supposed to be, sacred, like with God and stuff, and like so for a demon to resemble themselves as a nun puts a little bit more of like a fear factor to it.
Yeah, and she's really creepy.
She was really creepy.
And there were like some really creepy jump scares in there and stuff too. But
so yeah, I guess that's the list of those for now, and then when we watch the other movies it might change the list of how we think they go. So
who knows?